Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I wanted to make a video because we're at this magnificent crossroads where EOS is upgrading, Ethereum is upgrading, there's a few others, Cardano, there's a few others upgrading, and basically they're all trying to vie for the power to be the base protocol technology layer of the global infrastructure that's being rolled out, especially by groups like the World Economic Forum and the UN and all these large multinational bodies that have come to consensus and agree that they're going to use EOS. Meanwhile, we've got all these other players that seemingly right now seem more popular, especially to the uninformed public, the people who are just looking to get rich. And some of the things that people are putting online are so funny. So I just want to read a couple tweets from just some random people and just kind of explain my thoughts on why I feel the way I feel. So this guy, his name's Bobby Ong, he says the Ethereum merge is scheduled to take place on September 13th, but we know that everything's changing, so it could be not that time. That's not the important thing. ETH holders will soon be dropped ETH POW tokens. What should you do to best position yourself? Here's 7 steps you may consider to take advantage of the merge. Ethereum is going through an upgrade while it transitions from proof of work to proof of stake. EOS has been proof of stake since day one, and Ethereum has been trying to copy it since it came out. Just pointing that out. After the transition, ETH miners can no longer mine. Well, that's going to make some people pretty upset who've been mining for years. Interesting. Miners are forking ETH to keep a proof of work version so that they could continue mining. What? So even the Ethereum miners aren't on board with Ethereum going proof of stake. If your entire group of people basically validating your blockchain don't agree that your entire blockchain is going to switch, I mean, this is going to be train wrecks beyond train wrecks. Holy cow. To get the ETH proof of work tokens, you must first hold ETH on a wallet that supports this fork. Well, how many of your Dogecoin holders are even capable of doing that? The best would be to have a full custody of your ETH on a hardware wallet. That's like asking a toddler to do a PhD thesis on nuclear physics. If you're holding ETH on an exchange, your exchange may or may not give you the fork tokens. If your ETH is on an exchange, you get what you get. For exchanges that support the fork, this is probably the easier option, as you get the fork tokens without doing work, which is never what actually happens. We've seen in the past dozens and dozens of times, Binance even stole challenge tokens. It's like they'll take anything. They're not going to give you anything. Some exchanges may take months before crediting your account. Oh, there you go, admitting it. Oh man. Number 2, bridge all your tokens back to the ETH mainnet. You will not get any ETH proof of work for your ETH held on Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, Avalanche, or any other layer 2 scaling solutions. So all these other blockchains were created to try to scale Ethereum, and Ethereum is switching to an entire new protocol. It's like, dude, this is way bad, way bad. Move them back to the mainnet before the merge to get your ETH proof of work tokens. Number 3, unwrap all WETH to ETH. There is most likely be a decentralized exchange on the new proof of work chain to help you unwrap your WETH, WETH proof of work token, but why bother searching for a new unstable ecosystem? Just unwrap it before the merge. The best alpha is to get a hold of ETH proof of work tokens immediately. So what this is basically saying is, if you have any of your Ethereum wrapped, which means DeFi, anything in decentralized finance not on the main net, they're going to have to either undo that or it's potentially going to get lost. And that basically means the entire DeFi structure goes away. ETH will, I mean, if you're unwrapping all of your tokens and you're taking out total value locked out of the system, you're essentially hemorrhaging your own market cap. To me, this is literally like two trains going head to head on the same track, and they're going, oh, we're just going to merge into one train. It'll be fine. We're going to have a better chain. It'll be bigger, and we'll be able to... It's like these people are completely delusional. I can't understand why they think this would work, especially given Charles Hoskinson and Vitalik are not part of the group that are going to be... I mean, this is crazy. Think about it. This is and then number 4, remove liquidity from DeFi protocols. So that's exactly what I'm saying. He's saying the same thing twice. You will not get any new ETH proof of work tokens for ETH that are being used to provide liquidity. I would withdraw now and provide liquidity again after the merge. There may be a liquidity crunch on DeFi protocols as more folks do this. Ethereum is dead. Ethereum is done. You can forget about it. This is super obvious. Does Ethereum have years old presentations talking about drone deliveries, telehealth medicine, and mobile payments? Well, there's a book called The Great Reset by Klaus Schwab who lays that exact scenario out, and Brendan Bloomer, the CEO of Block One, giving a B1 June presentation on that exact thing in 2019. So Ethereum is so far behind that there is zero chance it will do anything, in my opinion. I'm not saying financial advice, go sell whatever. I'm saying, from my point of view, this is an impossibility for Ethereum to achieve mass adoption like people think that they will. Number 5, here's where it gets really bizarre. Borrow Ethereum from Aave and Compound. You will get Ethereum proof of work for any ETH held during the snapshot. This means it makes sense to borrow as much ETH as possible. Combined with the previous step, I would expect ETH utilization to get close to 100%. Ooh, so he wants you to give your Bitcoin and things to for other, like, oh man, this is reckless. He wants you to leverage your Ethereum to get more Ethereum so that you can get more Ethereum, but also let out the liquidity of all the Ethereum. It's like, it's a total contradiction, but at the same time, that's Ethereum in and of itself is a contradiction. And then number 6, monitor the ETH market. You could still get or sell ST ETH as well as get closer to the merge depending on what others are doing. I would expect someone to sell STETH to ETH to get the POW airdrop. But if selling becomes too strong, you could still buy STETH on the cheap. And then he says, buy the rumor, sell the fact. Maybe speculating on it is not worth it to you, but currently it's trading 2.8% of ETH. Ooh. It will probably be bought up in the hours up to the merge and dumped immediately after. You can choose to sell ETH and take profit then. So, and then he goes on to say, we have about 10 days. I think markets and protocols will get volatile, messy, and complex, especially in the hours before and after the merge. And it's just absolutely crazy that people are even like talking about this when there is EOS already has the waiver from the SEC. It already has approval from places like China. It already has presence and prominence in places like Europe. It's trading on the German stock exchange, or whatever that is in the that we covered in Germany, and then it's got the waiver in the United States. I mean, this is so obvious, and people are overlooking it. Meanwhile, Ethereum, it's moving to proof of stake. It's becoming a real protocol. And they always are going to try to claim that they're better than EOS, but we already know. I mean, I'm getting excited because it's going to be fun to watch these guys finally have to get what they have been talking about this whole time. And then the real blockchain can take over. Elon Musk will start promoting it. Google Cloud is a block producer on EOS. SpaceX can come in. All these different groups will come in, and it will be something that will take the world by storm seemingly out of nowhere. But we have been here talking about and promoting and explaining for years what's about to happen. So I just want to put that out there. Keep your head up. Ethereum is Dunzo McGunzo, and EOS is the way. Stoffel Baker out.